Guys, I have three exclusive transfer updates for you live here on SportsCornerGH concerning Mohammed Kudus, Kamaldeen Sulmana, Partey, amongst many others. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You are watching SportsCornerGH. Quickly, let's jump into it. I want to begin by asking you a question. Would you advise Mohammed Kudus to sign for Tottenham next season? Let me know your answers down below in the comments, because according to the Guardian Sport, this was the report concerning Mohammed Kudus, and it reads that Tottenham are preparing to test the waters with 50 million euros bid for Mohammed Kudus. Mohammed Kudus has an 85 million release clause in his contract with West Ham, which can be triggered at any time. This is coming from the Guardian Sport. Tottenham wants to try the waters. Now, let's not forget, Tottenham are going to play in the UCL next season. Two, they have a new coach in the person of Thomas Fried, who is looking to get players so he can prepare for the next season. Mohammed Kudus is a hot cake in the transfer market because clubs have shown interest in the player. The likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, Newcastle United, clubs have shown serious interest in Mohammed Kudus. But most of these clubs, when you go to West Ham and inquire about Mohammed Kudus, the response is still the same. The 85 million is too high for them. They go and talk to West Ham, they tell them, see, let's do a swap deal. West Ham will say no. Let's do player plus cash. West Ham will say no. Okay, let me pay you 50. West Ham will say no. But what we are hearing is that Tottenham want to try the waters with 50 million to see if West Ham is going to budge. But this is Mohammed Kudus, who scored 5 goals and gave 3 assists in the just ended season in the EPL, which many people believe, oh, it's no good, it's this, is that. Which me, I'll argue with all of you every single day, anywhere, anytime. Call me, I'll come and argue with you why Mohammed Kudus, even with those numbers, performed extremely well for me. Because the whole West Ham setup last season did not just perform well. So don't blame him. But then, guys, this is the latest update concerning the Starboy. Tottenham want to test the waters, or want to try, West Ham with about 50 million to see if they can get Mohammed Kudus. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. If Mohammed Kudus was to be your brother, he'd be your friend, or you are close to Mohammed Kudus, if you had a chance, would you advise him to go to Tottenham? Let me know your answers down below in the comments. Now, let's move away from that and talk about Kamaldeen Sulmana. You see, I'm so excited about this update because in my previous video, I told you that Kamaldeen Sulmana is open to leaving Southampton. Southampton, who are relegated from the English Premier League, and they are going to play in the Championship next season. Southampton are holding on to Kamaldeen Sulmana. For any team that wants him, you have to bring 10 to 20 million euros. Now, the last club that showed interest in the player was Genoa in the Italian Serie A. Patrick Vieira spoke to the player and also spoke to, Southampton concerning the player and the possibilities and conditions necessary to meet to sign Kamaldeen Sulmana. And he was told that nothing less than 10 million would be accepted. And now, only for us to wait this morning, Sky Sport reported that Atalanta have also entered the race to sign Kamaldeen Sulmana from Southampton. Now, I'm going to tell you the reason why Atalanta want to sign Kamaldeen Sulmana. But before we jump into it, let's talk about what the report says exactly from Sky Sports. Now, it says that Atalanta have contacted Kamaldeen Sulmana's representative and Southampton about their serious interest in the Ghanaian winger. Southampton would ask for around 10 to 20 million euros, and this is coming from Sky Sports. See, I'm really excited for Kamaldeen Sulmana, and I've always been one person who has been championing this. I would love to see him play outside England. He shouldn't play for any EPL club again or any championship club. He should go outside England. And Atalanta are a pretty good team. They're also going to play in the UCL. Now, the reason why Atalanta are showing serious interest in Kamaldeen Sulmana is very simple. It's because of their new coach, Ivan Juric. Now, Ivan Juric used to be the former coach of Southampton, and under his tenure, Kamaldeen Sulmana played a lot of games. That was when we saw Kamaldeen Sulmana against Manchester United. They were all like, so this boy can play like this. Yes, it was under Ivan Juric's tenure. Now, when Ivan Juric left Southampton and got appointed at Atalanta, he told the team that, see, if Ademola Lookman is leaving, trust me, I know a boy I worked with at Southampton who can do exactly the job you think Ademola Lookman can do at Atalanta. And he proposed Kamaldeen Sulmana. Now, No, Atalanta are taking this serious because they have seen clips. They have seen what this boy can do. There's potential there. Aka coaching Kakra, if he's being coached very well, he can do a lot because last season in the EPL with Southampton, he scored only 1 goal and gave 1 assist in the EPL, which is not enough for a forward. But I just don't blame him too much because he wasn't playing a lot of games. He only had a lot of game time under Ivan Juric. So guys, Ivan Juric at Atalanta is the one pushing for Kamaldeen Sulmana to come to Atalanta. But then, you see, Kamaldeen Sulmana is sport for choice. There are a lot of clubs interested in the player. Genoa, Atalanta, Ajax, Stade Rennais. Wherever he goes, I'll be really happy. Since it is not in England, I'll be really excited to see him go somewhere else. So guys, that is the latest update that has to do with Kamaldeen Sulmana. Now, moving away from Kamaldeen Sulmana, let's talk about Thomas Partey. This is a follow-up on the previous video I did concerning the player, where it was stated that it is set to leave, that Thomas Partey is set to leave Arsenal because requirements from Thomas Partey has not been reached by Arsenal. Arsenal wants Thomas Partey to stay, but they want to give him exactly what he's already earning. Thomas Partey wants more than that. Thomas Partey feels like, see, I'm important to you, I'm important to Arsenal. If this is my last contract, or if this is going to be my last contract with Arsenal, why not give me something that represents my importance in the team? But Arsenal don't want to do that. Arsenal feel like Thomas Partey is aging. Thomas Partey, no, 2 years now, backcourt, they don't want to do anything too excessive. So now that I'm talking to you, clubs have started calling Thomas Partey because I mean, he's a free agent. He has the free route to talk to any club he wants. Now, the first club that have contacted Thomas Partey so far, from what we hear, is Fenerbahce. Mourinho is excited about the prospect of having Thomas Partey in the Turkish league to play for Fenerbahce. Not only that, what we hear is Juventus are also seriously in talks with the player. Barcelona, they already talked to Thomas Partey concerning a return. Atletico de Madrid are also hoping for his return. But what we hear is that AC Milan has also entered the race to sign Thomas Partey. Let's not forget, AC Milan are not going to play any European football. And most of their players are leaving. They want to make sure that they get the right players in the squad so they can fight for an European spot next season. So AC Milan are selling a project to Thomas Partey to see if they can convince him to do a U-turn to, the Italian Serie A and play for AC Milan. But then, you know what? Arsenal are preparing for the departure of Thomas Partey. Now, this is a report coming from England. The Arsenal are looking for his replacement as I'm speaking to you now. Now, the report states that Arsenal is monitoring Lucien Agomi, his situation as a possible replacement for Thomas Partey. Although there have been no contact with the player yet, the Arsenal have shown serious interest in him. Meanwhile, Sevilla FC is set to acquire the remaining 40% of the French midfielder's image rights. Now, if the player gets to go to Arsenal, a lot of clubs are going to benefit from it because Sevilla are said to, get that 40% when it comes to his image right. But then, guys, this is the latest update you need to know concerning Thomas Partey's replacement, Lucien Agomi. I hope I got the pronunciation right. But then you can see the reports right here. Arsenal are preparing for the departure of Thomas Partey because they feel like if Thomas Partey is not going to take what they have put in front of him, be it the proposal and everything, they are going to go somewhere else. Because Thomas Partey is asking for more. And let's not forget, Thomas Partey says at the stage of his life and his career, ambition, his family, and security. Do you know what security means? Financial security. So right now, if Arsenal cannot give Thomas Partey the money, he's gone. Otilo, he's gone. But I told you something in my previous video that anytime Thomas Partey leaves a club, the following season, the club wins a trophy. I'm telling you, the following season, they win a trophy. So there is high possibility that Arsenal is going to win a trophy if Thomas Partey leaves the club. Mark it somewhere, bookmark it. We'll come back here at the end of the season and you say, Adam said this, so I told you this. Yes, that is the truth. But then, guys, that is the situation with Thomas Partey. I hope I broke it down to your understanding so you understand what is happening to these 3 Ghanaian players. Mohammed Kudus to Tottenham for 50 million euros. They are going to try and test the waters and see if it will work. Kamaldeen Sulmana attracting interest from Atalanta because of their coach Ivan Juric, who used to be the coach of Southampton, and also Thomas Partey to AC Milan, the latest club that have shown interest in him. And also Arsenal preparing for his departure. They are currently monitoring Lucien Agomi as a replacement for Thomas Partey. Let me know your thoughts about all this down below in the comments. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share. Turn on notification. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. And please, today It's the All-Star Festival game at the University of Ghana Legon Stadium. Make sure to be there. It is very, very important. Let's have fun. I'll make sure to see you there, Charlie. We go vibe.